The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
We're about to have the greatest economic boom, arguably, of all of our lifetimes.
That'd be great, wouldn't it? But it's not going to happen. This boom, as I told you before, it's already baked into cake. It's been baked in since March of 2020, right after the crash. After we had the February to March crash. It's already baked into the pie. This is amazing what's going on. I mean, the euphoria today is insane. It's just crazy. I mean, think about it. Today, investors, just like those back in 2008, if you remember, are being swept up in that same euphoria of these stock market gains. Now, we had a 50% gain in just 1 year in the market. 20, 30%, depending on where you lived, in housing gains in 1 year. What are you, nuts? The problem is it's all coming from debt. Coming from debt. And debt's not sustainable because there's not enough productivity to keep increasing our wages. You got to have that productivity to keep those wages going. If you can't produce, your wages aren't going to go up. Your wages don't go up, then there's no spending. And spending is what drives 72% of our economic growth that they're talking about for 10%. The 10% they're saying is going to happen. But the way they're moving to 10%, which is unsustainable, is debt. Not productivity, not wages, not savings, not earnings. It's all debt. It's unbelievable. But they're getting away with it. Crazy. The stock market and the so-called economy, we are continually being propped up. It's being propped up every day. And every day they prop it up, we're swept away again in easy money. Stimulus, which is used when an economy is in bad shape. It's life support. It's like when you go to the hospital, they hook you up to life support. Stimulus is the same thing as life support in a hospital. Same thing. It's life support. Now, the stock market and the economy, we're continually propping it up. Think about this. As of May 18, 2020, $8 trillion and continuing. It's unbelievable. But what's really unbelievable, and what's going to stun everybody when the crash comes, is the denial that stimulus is used as an economic life support, so people aren't going to be ready. They're not going to be ready. They should be enjoying these rallies if you know when to get out, if you know when to exit. Unfortunately, 85% of you lose money because you don't know when to get out. You have no exit strategy. You don't have a tool to tell you to get out. That's why you should join my gang. Try it for 10 days. Chart tells you when to get out. You don't believe it, try it for 10 days. Also, on top of the $8 trillion, what the fake Business News Network never talks about, they never talk about, is the other $9 trillion. Yeah, on top of the $8 trillion. But they don't talk about that. What's that $9 trillion? The $9 trillion they injected into the banks. They started with $109 billion on September 2019 to prop the banks up. And they're still doing it as of today. And as of today, total $9 trillion. But they never talk about that. Propping up our banks? $9 trillion? Wait a minute. The financials are the leadership of the economy. The financials lead the stock market. They're propping them up with $9 trillion, and you think we got this great economy when you're propping the market up with $9 trillion? I mean, the banks? Talk about earnings. They tell us how great earnings are. Terrific.
You had 81% of the companies that beat, and by the way, they beat by a very significant percentage. Something like 30% was the earnings surprise, while the typical earnings surprise is 6 or 7%. So if this continues apace, then what looks like a 30% plus quarter for Q1 may be even higher than that.
Unbelievable. They beat the earnings estimate. I wish she would answer, whose estimates are they that they're beating? Bunch of frauds. Whose estimates are they beating? It's their own. The company sets them, lowballs them. I know. I built a company, brought it public. And they come into you every quarter, ask you what their earnings are going to be. You don't tell them they're going to be high. You set them low so you can beat them. What are you, nuts? Unbelievable. Unbelievable what's going on. But keep making money as they keep doing this. Don't be foolish. You just got to know when to get out. It's called momentum. Momentum trading. Momentum investing. What's wrong with that? As long as you know when to get out. The problem is right there, 85% of you don't know when the hell to get out. Oh, they tell you when it pulls back, buy on the pullback, but they don't tell you exactly where to buy on the pullback. I love that. Buy on the pullback, buy on the pullback. Where? On top of that, $8 trillion stimulus. I can't get this through my head. Another $9 trillion. Now, earnings, they're taking parking space in our heads, that these earnings of the 21 S&P 500 companies that reported, 81% of the 21 companies beat their estimates. 81%. Everybody's all excited. Please tell me who set those earnings of the 81 companies. Isn't that stupid? But they get away with it, and people buy into it. They love it. Unbelievable. Therefore, they're trying to take parking space in our head because of the 81% beat their estimates. They're taking parking space in our head now, the fake business news network. Corporate earnings are about to soar. You heard her. Earnings are going to soar. Nothing like it. We haven't never seen earnings like this. Going to soar. Really? Huh. Well, and they also tell us that it's going to make everything okay. It's going to be okay. It's like when you're a little boy, a little girl, you go to your mom and dad after you fell down. Oh, it's going to be okay. That's what the fake business news network now is saying. Corporate earnings are going to soar. It's going to make everything okay. It's going to make all the debt, historic debt that we have, it's going to make it okay. Are you kidding me? National debt? It's going to make that okay? Corporate debt? Historic corporate debt is going to make that okay too? Historic corporate debt. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. 10 trillion. 10 trillion corporate debt. Household debt, 14 trillion. Auto debt, 1.3 trillion. Every debt we have, all the debt we have, is all historic. It's going to make it okay. Everything's going to be okay. What are you, nuts? Doesn't work like that. See, here's the problem. The debt is moving the market. The debt is moving the economic growth. Not earnings, not productivity, not wage increases. Debt. Printing of money. Debt. It's all artificial. But you can't convince anybody of that. They've gone nuts. So let's make money off of them. Be right back. Tell you how.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Warning: Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. Tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang, and you'll be, I'm telling you, we'll make sure that you're in the right group of stocks every day. There's 11 sectors in the market. The key is to get out in time. And 85% of people lose money in the market because they don't know how to get out of the market. And they don't want you to know how to get out of the market. Because when you get out, they lose money. When we get out, we turn around, make our profit, turn around, switch our position, and make money on the way down. Anybody can do it. I'll prove it to you. You have the chart for 10 days. It's free. And then every day at 2 o'clock, go to our site where we put up our portfolio of stocks. The actual portfolio, investor portfolio that we use. And you can follow it every day. And Steve posts that at 2 o'clock. He's the head of our education department. And here he's talking about Lowe today, just as an example.
Lowe's continue to hold this one long with your stop at 202.75.
And then it goes on and on. But it gives you great information, so you know exactly what to do. We're holding your hand. You know, you got to be at a point where you can take all this BS they're throwing at you, and it doesn't matter to you anymore. As long as they're pushing the market up, no matter how they're trying to do it, that's fine. Then we buy those stocks that are momentum stocks. Now, we know they're only going to go up for a short while, then they're going to turn around and come right back down. But we'll be out of those stocks before they do that. And when the stocks come back down, we'll be in position to make money on the way down. Once you reach that position, you could care less about all this BS they're throwing at us out there. I mean, just think about the garbage they're throwing. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I was just saying a moment ago, our auto debt is a record $1.3 trillion. Household debt is $14 trillion. That's a record. Housing debt, $10 trillion. That's another record. And the debt to income is soaring. It's soaring. Your mortgage payment shouldn't be more than 28% of your monthly pre-tax income and 36% of your total debt. It's way beyond that now. Nobody cares. And margin debt. We're going to talk about that. But first, let's take a look at some stocks. The one thing I want to show you is if you're going to be looking at stocks, make sure that you find the momentum stocks. We do that every day for my members. Now, what are momentum stocks? Momentum stocks are what we call power stocks. These are stocks that are making new highs. New highs. Okay? And these are your, and I'm talking about the best stocks, the very, very best stocks, the top stocks. These are the stocks that have tremendous amount of money coming into them. Now, the problem with the stock, everybody's chasing the same stocks. But it's not a problem for us, and it won't be a problem for you as long as you know when to get out of these stocks. See, that's the key. And they never tell you when to get out. Never. So just give you an idea. Let's take Yum. Okay? Yum. When Yum turned green, okay, on March 15th, it was around $105. Today, it's $117, and it's still green. That's 11%. Now, the high on the stock was $118.97. Yum, the high. Today it's $117.30. You don't get back into that stock until it takes out the high. Now, why is that important? Because above $118.97, there's no sellers. Doesn't that make sense? There's no sellers. So you don't have to force your way up through sellers. Now, that makes sense. Take Starbucks. That's another stock. That was green. That turned green at $104. Today, it's $117. Green. Now, that means that's a 12% gain. Tells you exactly where to get in It's still green today. Now, I'm not saying every gang member gets all the green. Now, they can. Of course they can, because they get the alert. We tell them when it turns green. But even if you got 5%, 8%, as long as every time you're getting in, think of it as like a little piece of cheese. You just want to get a bite of it. You want to get a bite of it. And if you get 5% every time, 5% every time, you know what your returns would be at the end of the year? If you got just 5% a month, I'm not going to tell you because you won't believe me. You think I'm BSing you. So now, with all this nonsense going on and how they're pushing this market up with all this BS called momentum, when all this injection of capital, it's unbelievable. The $9 trillion just for the banks, $8 trillion. I mean, it's just incredible. So play the momentum. Another good stock is our spiders, our ETF, I should say. Now, that turned green when it was around $384. Today it's $414. So if that makes a new high, so the high of this stock of the S&P, the high was $417.91. It's $414.41 right now. You don't buy it today. You wait till it makes the new high. If you do that with every power stock, a stock that's making a new all-time high, and then you put in what they call a stop. So when it comes below that point, you don't lose money. It kicks you out automatically. Your power stocks are a wonderful thing because let them keep BSing, let them keep lying. It's okay. We'll take advantage of it. But for the poor people who don't know how to get out of a stock, and for the poor people who believe in all the crap, and they just stay there thinking they're going to get rich, what do you see what's going to happen with the margin debt? That's what's going to take this market down, too. I've always told you, China is going to take this market down along with the big tech stocks. The big tech stocks are going to break first because there's been so much money going into the big tech stocks right now. The smart money knows they're over with. They're over with. They're so extended, it's unbelievable. So now they're going around they're trying to shift out of the big tech stocks and they're trying to find deals right now. But you got all the dumb money coming in, and guess what they're buying? The big tech stocks, because they don't know any better. That's all they know, big tech stocks. More when I get back. Please join my gang, free for 10 days, and get your color-coded chart.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day. That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know, every Friday, I do a segment called The Unwrapping of the Crash. Now, I'm going to explain something to you. Most people don't know what a yield is. It's interest rates, your treasury, okay? When you buy a bond, if you sell it, your yields go up. Now, that's bad. Now, it's not bad if the economy's doing well, where wages are going up, and the economy is growing, called the GDP, because CEOs are taking money and plowing it back into their business as business investment, and then we produce. And from production, we get wage increases, better standard of living, and spending. But when you just print money to push up the stock market, so you can call it the economy, and you push just and you prop up the economy and push the stock market, it doesn't end well. It never has, it never will. But here's something that's so important, and I hope you can see this. You've got a mobile device, go to my site, philsgang.com. I just put up a chart. So important to see. And if you don't see it here, go to my site tonight. It'll be archived, or Friday, next Friday, on my segment, The Unwrapping of the Market Crash. Look at this. What is this? I'm showing the S&P is in blue, and I'm showing the margin debt, in red. You see how it spiked recently? That happens before every crash. Let me explain. Margin debt, okay, is really getting out of hand, okay? Margin money. And what they do is they get fake Business News Network. These guys on TV, they're masters at creating your hope, your optimism. They get you to the point of belief that it's time to get fully invested. You get thrilled. You're in a state of euphoria. And what you do is you get these new people coming into the market who've never been in the market before, who missed the entire rally since 2008. But they're getting in because all they hear is how unbelievable they're opening up the economy again, and we're going to have the biggest economy, and everybody's going to get rich. Now, they don't talk about how 8 million people that lost their jobs still haven't got their jobs, or the 22 million people. I won't go into all that. Because what's important is for you to know what margin debt is. Investors get to the point they borrow on margin. They borrow on margin. And that gets really, really dangerous. Okay? And margin debt, what happens is when they borrow so much money against their stocks and they keep buying stocks, and as the euphoria just keeps kicking in and people get so complacent, and so it's unbelievable. You can see the spike. I hope you're seeing this. You can see the spike, the blue and red. Red's the S&P going straight up, and I mean the blue is the S&P going up. The red is the margin debt. We have a historic margin debt, almost $900 billion. People are borrowing against their stock $900 billion. That's even more than we had during the dot-com and the housing con. What are you, nuts? So they're borrowing to buy more stock because here's what they're believing. They're believing all this garbage.
Another new record for the Dow and the S&P 500. The economy is booming.
See, then they're going to go out and they're going to borrow against their stock more and more. Then they're going to hear this.
We're about to have the greatest economic boom, arguably, of all of our lifetime.
And they go and borrow more and borrow more. See, this is what they do. Now, the problem with that, when you're borrowing, when the market starts to roll over, and it's going to, because it's all fake. You don't have to believe me. When the market starts rolling over, the results are always the same. I keep telling you, I've been on this earth for 75 years. I've been in the market 51 years. And I've been in almost every crash in my lifetime. And it's always the same with margin. It doesn't end well. Because when you keep borrowing money on margin, it's just dangerous. So what happens is, as you borrow and buy stocks, just like during the dot-com and the housing con, the results are the same. The steeper the rise in the margin debt, and if you can see the red, see the red? Look at that steep rise in the margin debt. This is unbelievable. Look how fast it's going up. The rise in the amount of money people are borrowing against their stock. They're going crazy right now. So the more they're borrowing, the steeper that rise in margin debt. What happens is, please remember this, the more severe the plunge in the stock price. So before any crash is exactly what you see. You see the stock market going straight up on euphoria. And you see this margin debt going straight up as people borrow more and more and more and more. And as soon as it starts declining the stocks, these people who are not professionals, these people who just jumped in the market, listen to the fake Business News Network, all excited, and they want to be millionaires. The stock prices start to decline, and they're over-leveraged. They're not professionals. They panic to start liquidating. And they'll liquidate at any price because otherwise they have to send in a check. You'll get a call and they'll say, you need $15,000. Your margin now is not, you need somebody to check for $5,000. People don't have it. Then just get rid of my stock. And then one person does it, next person. Before you know it, you got a bloodbath on your hand. You start with a small plunge, and then you get this little downward spiral, and then you get the bloodbath. Every crash does this. But this time, it's going to be worse than ever. But guess what? You can be taking advantage of this. The smart money is going to take advantage of this. The smart money are going to be already out of their positions when this happens. And we're going to be positioned so when the market does start declining and the bloodbath comes in, we're positioned to make money as the stocks are going down. That's what you have to do, be making money as the market goes down. For you people who are in mutual funds, I feel so bad for you. You never make money in a 401k, never, because you stay in too long, you don't know when to get out. It's not your fault. The market always crashes. We've seen that over and over. But this time, I designed a chart where it tells you, warns you in advance, just like my color-coded chart does for stocks. This does this for mutual funds. It warns you in advance. Call to action. You get an email. You get alerts. Call to action. You got to do something. Start doing something. Don't sit there like what you had with your mutual funds the last time inside your 401ks or just your mutual funds. Don't just sit there. Do something. Well, that's what this chart does. You can see clearly on the chart. It's so easy to read. And you get that for 30 days for free, just to try it. So what's going to happen is the downward spiral is going to turn into a bloodbath. It's going to be worse than 2001 dot-com crash, worse than 2008 housing crash. And 85% of the people who are losing money should have never lost. They should have been making money on the way down. Isn't that awful? But just know this, the steeper the rise in margin debt, the more severe the plunge. Take a look at my chart. I have it up. You can see it tonight. It's archived. Look at the steepness in the margin debt. The steeper it gets like this, you go look at every stock market crash and the margins. They all look the same right before they crash. Do you think all these people on CNBC or Fox News, they're going to tell you to get out of the market? Are you nuts? You think Barney's going to tell you to get when he's in Microsoft cheerleading Microsoft every day? He shouldn't even be in a stock. But here's what I'm going to tell you. The yield is going to hit a certain percentage, and that's going to be your clue. The market's almost ready to crash. And I'll tell you what that percentage is when I get back. Please don't miss this.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. For the best insight in both the stock market and the economy, turn to the Phil's Gang YouTube channel, where each weekday at 3 p.m. Eastern, you get to listen to my Phil's Gang radio show, where you get the best information both on stocks and the economy. And each Friday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern, you get the new segment of my popular Market Crash Unfolding, where I detail the weekly events that are leading us up to the next crash. Both Phil's Gang radio show and Market Crash Unfolding on Phil's Gang YouTube channel.
I've been a Phil's Gang member for a long time. Before joining Phil's Gang, I was one of the 85 percentile who lost money trading stocks because, like them, I didn't know when to get out of my stocks before a correction or a major stock market crash, like what happened in 2002 and again in 2008. Using Phil's Pro 2 color-coded chart with buy and sell signals, I no longer worry about my short-term trades. And now, with a nearing repeat of the 2002 and 2008 crashes due to an incredibly overvalued stock market, I was looking for a way to manage longer-term mutual fund investments. As a result of our collaboration, we came up with the first-ever mutual fund tracker. Not only does it identify when to exit my long-term mutual fund investments with great accuracy, it also offers so many other important features. For more information, go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
And there's nobody's done a tracker. I worked on this for years, and it's just like I did my color-coded chart. Nobody has a mutual fund tracker that I know of that will warn you, that gives you time. So check it out. It's free. You can use it for 30 days. All right, I want to get to what's very important here. When's the market going to crash? Everybody keeps saying, when the market's going to crash? Well, one thing we know, everything our owners have been doing since 2008, including keeping the rates near zero, called QE, lowering the number of companies' shares through stock buybacks, right? So they can artificially, when they lower those stocks, lower the number of shares so they can artificially increase their fake earnings by doing that. So then that increases the fake stock prices. That's what keeps the market running. And then they feed the market by printing and borrowing $9 trillion, then $8 trillion, and on to keep pushing the market higher and higher and higher, right? And that's a great rally, and you want to be in those. But you want to know when to get out of those. Now just think about this. Since September 2019, just months before the February 19, 2020, 34% correction. Think about it, just before that. They came in and they started to plug in, okay, that $9 trillion. It's unbelievable. It's always unbelievable. But understand this. What they have been doing is not to benefit you, the investor, not at all. They could care less about you, the investor. Do you think these guys on CNBC or Fox care about the investor? No. They're there to pump their own stocks. Like Varney every day, his Microsoft. They don't care. And remember, all these bubbles are man-made. So how do you know? Okay, here's one of the secrets I always use. My color-coded chart gives us the heads up. But also, watch the yield. The 10-year Treasury yield right now is 157 basis points. 157 basis points. They cannot stop these interest rates going up. They're trying like hell. They're printing and printing and printing. They go buy more treasuries to try to drive it back down to 1.6, 1.5. Then it goes right back up again. They're not going to be able to stop it. The inflation is huge. They're lying to us about inflation. It's not 2%. It's 11% because they never count 3/4 of the stuff we use. So inflation is going to keep on going higher. The yields are going to keep going higher, pushing inflation up. And that is death. That is death for the stock market. So when that inflation number keeps going up, when yields get to, right now we're 157 basis points, I say when it gets to 224 basis points, or let's just say 2.3. We're at 1.57. When it gets to 2.3, 2.4, I think we'll be very close to the crash because we can't afford our national debt. We can't afford to pay that kind of interest. We can't afford it. It's impossible. That's what happened the last time when the market crashed. We could not pay that interest, and it rolled over. So I will keep my eye on I always keep my eye every day on on the inflation. I keep my eye every day on the yields. And every day we tell our members what our portfolio, we post at 2 o'clock exactly what to do with each stock in their portfolio. So they're going to be out in time. So when the market does correct. And in the meantime, we pick the best stocks that are momentum stocks. We pick the best ones and we ride them. And we'll be out. We'll be out before they turn around. I mean, look at our Oracle. Our Oracle turned green. It's a buy signal. The institutions are in buying around $70. Okay, and now and that was on March 31st. Today it's $78. Now we already have. Think about that as a gain. We got in around $70, and it's $78 right now. So that's probably about I think that's about 11-12% gain. Now that's a nice gain, isn't it? But you always get those gains up. You think your broker or your planner is going to tell you to get out of that? No way. He's not going to tell you. He wants you to stay in because you get out. He doesn't make money. He got to keep you in. You'll know when to get out because you'll get an alert. You will get an alert. And it's your decision if you want to get out or not. And then we always help you. We say take either half off or take 3/4 off. Don't get out totally. We guide you. But there's a lot of Microsoft is another one that keeps going up. Home Depot, Lowe's, these are all called momentum. But they're all going to collapse. And the ones that are going to collapse first right now are the big tech, because we're already seeing it. The smart money is running around now trying to find deals, trying to find stocks that didn't rally. For example, we're in gold stocks. Nobody wants gold stocks, so we bought them. And they're still doing fine. They're all starting to go back up gold. They're all going, in spite of Bitcoin. Okay? They're all going to start going up. So what the big hedge funds are, they're all moving out of the big tech stocks. Because they know that all this money that's coming in as of late is all money that's dumb money. They have no idea what they're doing. All they know is they think they're going to get rich like they did in the dot-com days. Same thing, never changes. And when this market crashes, there's going to be another one. You want to know why? Because every stock market is man-made. Every crash is man-made. Our owners create the bubble. That's how they make money. They're the people who run and control the Federal Reserve. They always take care of the top 1 percentile or even the top 10 percentile. But they don't take care of you, Main Street. They don't take care of the worker, the little guy. They don't take care of the person with a wife and a husband making $58,000, $60,000 a year, a little money in the stock market or 401k. They could care less about you. Are you kidding? And always remember, never mind about earnings. Keep your eye on earnings yields. That's the big important thing. They don't talk about this. They don't want you to know. Earnings yields is how much a buyer of the average stock receives in earnings per dollar invested. That's what's important. The more the buyer receives, the better the deal. And history shows, the less the buyer receives, the higher likelihood of the stock price falling. So today's yield, I'd say when we get to the point around let's say 2.36%. 2.3%. That's it. You know, we're at 2.36%. The yields right now, the earnings yields are 2.36. You know, that's the lowest ever. You know how bad that is? But not one person is telling you that on CNBC or Fox or Bloomberg or any of those stupid stations. None of them are telling you that the earnings yield. Here they tell you about earnings, right? How great the earnings are going to be. And I have to laugh. They tell how great the earnings are.
You had 81% of the companies that beat. And by the way, they beat by a very significant percentage. Something like 30% was the earnings surprise, while the typical earnings surprise is 6 or 7%. So if this continues at pace, then what looks like a 30% plus.
Oh, shut up. Jeez. But they don't talk about earnings yields. They're not going to tell you that. And when you got a earnings yield as of today's, this day, around 2.36%, that is so bad. That is so low. That's just a red light, another red light. And that's why every Friday I go on my YouTube channel, and I hope you listen to my radio show on YouTube. But every Friday I go on my YouTube channel, and I do another sector of the unfolding of the crash. Look, all I know is this. The crash is definitely going to happen. And they're going to keep trying to delay it, and we'll keep make money as they delay it. But as it's ready to crash, we'll be out and ready to make money on the way down. Join my gang free for 10 days. See you on the charts. Help St. Jude, please, if you're making money.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.